Gary's round-trip flight reservation date about to arrive, a decision being made to postpone his return to California, an overwhelming desire to spend more time with Fran. The ensuing week found the two engulfed in conversation of reality, both experiencing an inner feeling that they were destined to be together, plus her family an added influence for Fran to move westward. Gary having been introduced to her oldest daughter Jeanette, and two grandchildren Trent and Lainey, Jeanette having made a decision to move to John Day, Oregon. Another daughter Donna and family having already taken up residence there. The evenings would find the two sitting outside, exchanging memories from years past, a coherent understanding of life being accorded. Gary understanding their situation, the pressure felt by Fran, her family moving to the West Coast, and his sudden appearance, with only an internet introduction, all disrupting her Winter Park world and both realizing a decision of marriage would be questioned by many. The time had finally come, Gary proposing, asking Fran to marry and bond with him on life's journey, Fran accepting. July 30th, a special day for Gary Michael Wilson and Frances Marion Wilcoxon, the two to be united in matrimony. The couple leaving the Winter Park residence, journeying to Suite 350 in the Orlando Orange County Courthouse. Entering the matrimonial office, Fran's employment store manager, Liz Loretti, waiting their arrival, her enthusiasm blossoming for the event about to unfold. Gary seeing the formality of contractual papers and license fees were fulfilled. The couple not the only ones to be joined in matrimonial union, a waiting period commencing for two other couples. A door opened, and a joyous couple accompanied by several guests exited. Gary, Fran, and Liz entering the specially designated room for the ceremony. A state-authorized matrimonial clerk with the title Justice of the Peace introducing herself, informing them she was to perform the acceptance of the wedding vows. Gary and Fran standing on a raised arbor platform before the Justice of the Peace, with the banding of rings, both emitting the effervescence of the ceremony, as they were pronounced husband and wife. Surprisingly, Liz was the emotional one, Gary realizing Liz valued Fran friendship far more than just a loyal employee. The climatic ceremony fulfilled, having no other functions to proclaim, the couple returning to their parked rental car. Upon approaching the car, Gary noticed a slip of paper beneath the wiper blade. Discovering a police citation, the rental car having been ticketed for an expired license tag. The two finding a little humor to start their first hour of marriage. The couple having discussed the pros and cons of remaining in Florida or moving to California, Gary letting the decision rest with Fran. But knowing Fran's daughter Donna and her family was now residing in Oregon and her eldest daughter Jeanette and two children having just left for the eastern Oregon town. Gary was understanding, realizing that Fran was sacrificing years of effort, leaving her home, friends, and an established life, placing a blind trust in someone she had corresponded with for over a year, but in person for only 2 weeks. Fran having acquired many friends during her employment at the Dollar Tree store. Among them were those which she called the Scooter Brigade, a proud group of elderly people whom traversed in electric scooter chairs to provide their shopping chores. Upon hearing of Fran's marriage and that she would soon depart, the Scooter Brigade made an appearance, the couple being invited to Richard and his friend Christie's small apartment for dinner. The elderly couple providing a delightful meal, Gary couldn't help but smile, noting the jars filled with individual packaged condiments, salt, pepper, sugar, mustard, ketchup, and other complimentary supplements provided by fast food establishments. Lightheartedly understanding there were many with disabilities, and retirement age stressed with deficit financial burdens. The moving endeavor beginning in earnest, the newlyweds deciding on a yard sale to reduce some of Fran's accumulated household items. The yard sale having little response from the ad placed in the paper, Fran's landlord purchasing the appliances and yard equipment. Gary proceeding to the budget rental complex north of town, judging that a 16-foot box van should hold all the household goods. With the help of Richard, who conveniently rose from his motorized wheelchair to help, the loading began, but there was a problem. Gary had misjudged the amount of furnishings. It became apparent. The 16-foot truck was too small. The only alternative was to get a larger truck. The rental, already 3/4 full, would have to be returned. The Florida hot August afternoon temperature influencing his decision. Gary driving the partially loaded truck back to budget, explaining the situation. The budget complex manager agreeing to have the load transferred to a 24-foot truck, but for a loading price. What could one say? It was the only game in town. Loading the remaining articles. Gary understood what it was like for Fran to say farewell to a part of your life. Their journey west beginning.